All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody had a good night's sleep. If you're in on the West Coast, you've been up for a while. If you're on the East Coast, man, you an early morning riser. What's good with everybody? Adrian Vint in the building. What's happening? Jay Milts, good morning. H Town, good morning. Mr. Pierre, good morning. What's good? Real XL, what's going on, man? Kevin Wells in the building. Cadillac 634. Will Wright. Auntie Black Cherry. Good morning. Be Easy. What's happening? Cornelius Burnett. What's going on, man? Matthew White. What's happening? Lamar Jones. Robin Soto. Sean Clark in the building. What's going on? DJ OC. What's happening? 16 Sammy in the building. What's good? Mr. Elam. Stone Alone as man. That man, thank you for that support, brother. Big time. Much love in that super chat, brother. Much love in that super chat. Thank you. What's going on with you, sir? Thank you for the support, man. Hold on. Let me do something because I be forgetting. Got you going. Hold on 1 second, too. Got to make one more check. Hold on. Got it. All right. E Snooty in the building. What's going on, man? Big Block. What's happening? Quace. What's going on? Woo, Case. Hey, you about to owe me that money pretty soon. Case, you about to owe me that money pretty soon. Yeah. Don't think I don't remember. You about to owe me $500. You about to owe me $500 when Ryan Garcia loses that fight. You owe me $500. You owe me that money. Ryan Garcia said, look, I want this money now. I need this money now. Second to None Promotion said, the GOAT. What's going on, brother? Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I purposely did not listen to any debates, any videos related to Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson yesterday because I did not want to talk about any of that in my live stream this morning because I want to be friends with some of the best dudes on YouTube. So just let you know, I'm minding my own business. Today, I'm minding my own business. Jay Milts in the building. What's going on? Salute for 9 and Stone Alone. Some color for the morning. Thank you, brother. Greatly appreciated, man. Y'all give me that 1 second. Yeah, Quay say, don't think, hey, I know you owe that money. Hey, what's going on? Oma's Boxing Conversations. What's going on, man? So look, man, I did a video yesterday. He said, I'm pissed. Your channel keeps coming up after I blocked it. Nigga, get out of here. You talking about you blocked it. Why you talking? Talk to YouTube, man. Dog, what you mad? What you telling me for? Goodbye, man. No worries. You're not going to have to worry about saying unto me. Turn it off. What you talking about? Only way you're going to get a notification is if you're subscribed and hit the bell icon. So how about you unsubscribe, clown? Stop lying. Man, y'all be lying, bro. Woo-wee. Cats be lying. You be lying. Woo. Man, dog, y'all got to stop lying, man. Y'all got to stop lying. You got to stop lying. Okay? Got to. Okay? You got to stop lying. Cass is pathological. I'm trying to tell you, y'all got to stop lying. Hey, so what it do, bro? Good morning, sir. Oh, Ambrose, it does it well, man. I'm chilling because look, man, we're gonna talk this boxing this morning. I'm gonna go through some things though. I've written actually for this live stream. He said, keep doing them dirty for 9. The Netherlands in the building by way of Philly. Hey, look, man. I got to tell you something, man. Okay? Dog, I don't want to be a jerk, bro, but I got to be a jerk. You do not know who I promise you, bro, you do not know who flags your videos. You don't know. Nobody knows who flags their videos, just so that you know. Back in the day, I was accused of flagging somebody's video. And I'm going to tell you right now, I get my videos flagged all the time. Do you know how I know I get these videos flagged? Because when I get done with them, I can't monetize them until I appeal, and then I get my monetization turned back on. If you go and you try to flag somebody, they will never tell you, the person that you flagged, who flagged it. The only time that they tell you anything is if it is a copyright violation. Because when you file a copyright violation, then they will tell you that the person that you're filing a copyright violation will be notified who you are. They cannot share say, for example, a little kid, an 11-year-old kid flagged your video. Do you think YouTube is going to tell you the name of the 11-year-old kid that flagged your video? They will not do it, bro. Just letting you know, bro. That's not, nah. Nah, man. No. They can't do it, brother. They can't share your information like that. They won't do that. And I got 100,000 subscribers, and I'm not even big. Yeah, you just reported this video. So you reporting this video probably means that when I'm going to show you. This is what you get when somebody flags your video right there. You see that right there? Oh, let me see. You see this right here? How that's yellow, add suitable. You do not see anywhere in here a thing about who told you. Add suitability. That's the only thing that you're going to get, bro. That's the only thing you get. Just to let you know, bro. He said, I was just taking that play. Oh, don't worry about it. They do it every day because people have been doing it to me over the last week. Trust me. That's why I'll say, hey, man, supporting the super chat. Because people do that all the time. They'll just flag you. So flag you to get you investigated. They do it all the time. But you never know who the person is. They never tell you who the person is. There's nowhere in your dashboard for you to find out who that is. You know what I mean? But anyway, just wanted to say that, man. You're chill, man. Love you. Hey, thank you, Justin. Yeah, man, I ain't worried about that, bro. I appreciate you. Like, you know what I mean? Say that man said when you get to it, no, I ain't into that. I ain't gonna say that. Dog, that just, you never know, bro. You never know, bro. You never know. Okay? You never know. And all you have to do is think about this for a second. What if it's a 10-year-old kid? If you would actually tell people who flagged your video, that would be discouraging people from letting YouTube know when somebody's violating procedures. All they tell you is when you flag it, go ahead and flag a video of mine. Go flag a video. Go flag one. All they're going to do is say that they're going to look into it. Thank you for your information. We'll look you in. And the only thing I can do is suspect. I think it may be because I cussed or something. I may have cussed in the beginning of the video and it got flagged. I don't know. I'm telling you, they don't tell you because they're not going to tell you. They really want you to make sure that you watch all your P's and Q's. And they're never going to tell you who a kid is that flags you. They're not going to do it. You can flag people all day. Ain't nobody going to know it's you. That's just true. That's just what it is. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because, you know, I got calls and people asked me and it was like, nah, you really can't do that, bro. Trust me. I know YouTube algorithm very, very well. I'm on it every day. I do videos, 3-4 videos every day, bro. I've never known who flagged me. Not once, not never. So do you go to everything boxing channel, bro? He broke it down, check it out. What? About being able to block somebody's channel? Say you definitely cussed. Yeah, if I cuss that, maybe, yeah, you can't. You'll never know. The only time that you know. Oh, and also, hate to break it down, slander. No, they don't do anything about slander. Let me tell you on YouTube how you got to get somebody from slander for slander. This is the only way you can get it, is if they take something on your channel, and because I've threatened to sue people for slander, but this is the only way I could do it. If somebody took my stuff, and they literally like took this section and they put it on their channel, then I could file a copyright claim. Once I file the copyright claim, and if they object to the copyright claim, then I can take them to court and say, and not only sue them sue them for copyright infringement, sue them for slander, add slander or defamation of character to it. That's the only way you can get to slander. And then they got to give you a court order. But they'll take it right down on copyright violation because they don't want to get into that. And copyright violation is how you know who it is. That's it. Only way they will ever know who complained is if it's a copyright violation, because they're saying they own it. And since they're saying they own it, they got to tell you who they are. That's it. And a lot of people won't file a copyright violation because they don't want people to know who they are. People know about anonymity. Hey, enjoy your knowledge other than boxing. Gets me through the work week. Thanks, Mr. Fanat. Hey, Frederick Meadows, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. So, nah, bro, I saw all of that, man. No. Like, no. He said, y'all be careful out there. Bud tweeting threats again. Dog, Bud needs to stop, bro. Bud needs to stop. Thank you, Mr. Meadows. Thank you for the color in the chat, bro. Thank you. Now, Bud needs to stop, brother. Bud needs to stop, bro. Hey, Fanon, you have a cup of coffee subscription somewhere? Because you have been having some very nice coffee mugs and coffee. Will Wright, let me tell you what this is. It's me being old. Over the years, you get a lot of coffee cups. If you're a coffee drinker, over the years, you will pick up a lot of coffee cups. This is my wife's coffee cups. This is one of my wife's coffee cups. So, look, man, so nah, bro. That's just not, bro. Yeah. Sorry, man. We got to keep it fair. We got to keep the playing fair. We got to keep the playing, what do you call it? Got to keep the playing fair, the playing field even, bro. Got to keep the playing field even. Nah, bro. That's not, nah. Nah. Nobody knows that, bro. Not for not being old. Yeah, this is old. I'm old. I'm telling you, I'm 54 years old. I'll be 54 years old in 2 months. I had a first cousin pass away from old age. Now, well, he was 70s, so he wasn't old. He was in his 70s, man. You know what I mean? No one gonna go over here, but super chat. Ain't none going on over here, but super chats anyway. We good over here. Rec Shop, big money. A big homie. Oh, Rec Shop, big homie. Thank you, brother. Look, man, it is what it is, man. All I'm trying to tell you is, man, look, y'all doing a lot of argument out there on these YouTube streets. And ain't nobody love me. So I don't know nobody nothing, bro. Because I've heard a lot of people mentioning my name. So I don't mention people's names, but people mentioning my name. So since you out here mentioning letting my name actually slip out your lip. Nah, I'm an Aries, baby. I'm an Aries, baby. 100% Aries, baby. March, I ain't gonna tell you my birthday until my birthday. Don't want to give to anybody up ahead of time. They trying to crack me. But nah, bro, my birthday is in March, late March. I'm an Aries. I'm a Sigma male with an alpha male sign, because I am not an alpha male, bro. And a noob. Thank you very much, Dragon Fang. And a noob. I'm an Aries, a noob, and I am a Sigma male. I'm not an alpha male. I can't stand alpha males. Yes, sir. Hold on one second. Yes, sir. Hey. Yes, sir. Alden Johnson said, Aries Nation in the house for 9. I'm Aries as well. I'm in April, brother. Yes, sir. Man, Fanana seen the whole video about you the other day. Lots of hate. Yeah, people talk about my name, about me all the time. But nah, I'm just talking about, dude. Look, seriously. When I got called a liar, when I literally got called a liar, bro. Oh, I do. Ray Bryan, you're right. You don't mention other people's name, but you consistently insult others indirectly without mentioning their names. How convenient. No, that's purposeful. I do it all the time. Ray Bernard, I do. Absolutely, positively, I do. I'll insult the hell out of you directly. Yes, I do. You got that right, I do. I'm not deaf. I'm just not going to say your name. If you know, you know. Man, screw y'all. Like, what? Dude, if you walked up to me, I'd slap you in the face. Like, if you walked up to me and started talking the crap you talked, I would slap you dead in your mouth. Okay? So do not act like I ain't somebody that will get froggy on you. Okay? You talking bad about me, screw you. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't know what you said. And I will break it all down and make you look bad. Don't start one, don't be none. No, I'm telling you the truth. What y'all want me to tell you? I don't start none. I don't start none. Please, but if you do, I'm not going to say your name. Why? No, I'm not. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say, hey, look, dude, I know what y'all talking about, but let me tell you this. Man, please. Man, please. You know y'all lying. What you want me to do? Leave me alone, man. I don't start none, but if you got, you doggone right. You first, now let me throw you out for saying that. Well, you don't be saying the name directly, but you think, yes, I do. Hey, Phenomenal Netherlands, want to donate to the show. The Cash App don't work here. Can I PayPal you? And if so, how? Oh, yeah, for sure. It's at this is, let me see something, man. What's the PayPal? Oh, PayPal's in the, I think it's my email. Hold on a second. Yeah, I can't give it to you, bro, because I don't want Cass to have his email. I got to change his email up. I got to change the email up. I'd have to change the email up because this my PayPal is a personal thing. Because I pay bills with PayPal. You know what I mean? And I don't really like y'all. I don't want to mix my emails up because as soon as I put this email up, I'm going to wind up getting, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to get a bunch of emails on that email. So, yeah, there you go. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. But I can't give that. I can't get that PayPal up. Brains Brown said it don't start one, won't be none. Yeah, man. Look, let me tell you something, man. Please. Okay. But where you at, dude? I got to throw you out. I forgot to throw you out. Hold on one second. Ray Bernard, yeah. And you put it up twice, so you definitely going to get out of here. Yeah, you're going to get out of here. Nice talking to you, Ray Bernard. Brandon House said March 23rd. Yeah, that's my birthday. Yes, that's my birthday. That's my birthday. Fanon in here looking like a Ninja Turtle, and talking like a pimp. No, first of all, I don't look like a Ninja Turtle, clown. What you talking about? I look like a Ninja Turtle. Do you know what Ninja Turtles look like, you clown? If I look like a mutant Ninja Turtle, bro, you wouldn't say nothing to me. First of all, stupid. Ninja Turtles are big. They ain't no little dudes. You ain't talking crazy to no mutant Ninja Turtle, bro. Them dudes swole like a mug, man. Oh, you already got them? That's what's up. Look, and talking like a pimp. Dude, I'm not a pimp. Let me tell you what pimps do. Pimps slap women. Pimps slap women. That's what pimps do. Pimps do that with women. Okay? I don't look like a pimp. I never would lay a hand on a woman. Good morning, Fanai. Your birthday is March 20th. Yeah, that's my birthday, March 23rd, bro. Oh, bald-headed, I think that's what he said. No, I don't care. I don't care. Whatever. Go away, bro. But look, let's get on this boxing. I know you guys are fans, man. I know you're fans, all right? I know you're fans. I have come to accept that you're my fan. But I would like to talk boxing now because there were some really good things that went on today, bro. Said, other than PayPal, can I donate? Other than Cash App, can I donate through PayPal? Aries in the building. Yeah, you can, brother. But I think you got to go do it through Venmo, bro. If you can do it through Venmo, I think Venmo is PayPal. Here, give me 1 second since you asked twice, man. I appreciate your support. I think it's on Venmo though, bro. Hold on 1 second, man. Because I want to get into this. I really do want to get into this conversation, man, because I want to talk about Errol Spence picking Beterbiev. I want to talk about Tyson Fury and his massive support. Yeah, man, Tyson Fury actually made me smile yesterday, bro. And I want to talk about Errol Spence Jr. getting on, telling y'all Terence Crawford fans, or you're not even y'all Terence Crawford fans, because y'all ain't Terence Crawford fans, the truth about yourselves, man. Because y'all need to stop talking. If you ain't buying, shut up. And I mean it, bro. If you're not buying, you gotta shut your mouth, bro. If you're not buying, shut up. If you're not buying, if you ain't paying, your opinion don't matter. Okay, this is Venmo, brother. Venmo is PayPal. Venmo is PayPal. That's Venmo. If you want to support through Venmo. Yeah, that's what's up. Yes, sir. That's me right there. Hey, Errol pick Yardi Fanon. Yardi also has Jamaican heritage like Errol. Look, man, let's first go through this, man. Let's go through this, okay? Errol Spence Jr. yesterday told a Terence Crawford fan after he said, I'm riding with Terence Crawford. He said, as long as you don't, we're good as long as you don't use a fire stick, which is basically telling him, look, man, are you going to pay for the fight? If you ain't going to pay for the fight, shut up. Who cares what you think? And there's a whole lot of people out here talking about how people ain't buying pay-per-views because they're not buying them. And I was really perplexed when I said I did the video and somebody came into my video and said, be honest, you don't buy it either. Why would I lie to you about buying a pay-per-view? Much love to Tom Sawyer in the building, brother. Much love in that super chat, bro. With a picture of that dude, man. What's that dude's name, man? I gotta check his stuff out more, man. What is that guy's name, man? I think he's got a Muslim name or something like that, man. He in that monkey suit, bro. Woo, I don't like that monkey suit, bro. Dropping videos on Kenny Porter breakdown of Spence and Crawford. Yes, I will do that today. Tyson Fury supporting Boo Boo. I'm doing that right now because that is the title of this video. Top Rank, Duck and Regis Prograis. We can talk about that in the subject matter for sure, Kamal Oz. For sure, Kamal Oz. 100%. But let's go through it right now, brother. Kamal Oz, Kenny Porter's breakdown of Spencer. I'll do a video about that. Yes, I will. Even though I think I already did one. Honestly, I think I already did one. I think that I addressed that. But I'll do one with it in the title a little bit more clearly. But Tyson Fury, man, no joke, man. Tyson Fury, thank you, Tyson Fury. Good job. Good job. Because Tyson Fury said that that he's the most avoided fighter in boxing. That he's the bogey man is what he said, called him a bogey. But that makes sense because I think, the UK pronunciation of the word boogie, maybe bogey. Oh, he said that Demetrius Andrade was avoided and these guys need to stop ducking Demetrius Andrade. He said they moved up in 168. These guys need to get this guy a good fight. He said that man can beat any of these dudes. He says he can box his tail off. He can beat any of these guys. And that's why they don't want to fight him. They need to stop ducking Demetrius Andrade. which is true. There's an absolutely 100% true. 100% true. They need to fight Demetrius Andrade and stop acting like Demetrius Andrade can't fight. You know what I mean? Just get in the ring and fight the guy. And it's unfortunate, man, that he said it, and it's 100% true. So, and when I get on Tyson Fury, hey, man, it is what it is. I mean what I say. But with Tyson Fury in this particular instance, man, he's 100% on. Just like Deontay Wilder was, dude, these people are trying to put something on Deontay Wilder that he didn't even say. Like, Deontay Wilder says something about needing to fix people getting paid late, people need to get played slow, and fixing certain problems in boxing. Like, hey, man, when I get done fighting, I want my money. Now, my perspective on it is like, hold on, man, that's really, I mean, if you're a 1099, brother, you usually do wait to get paid. You usually do wait to get paid. As long as you're getting paid, there shouldn't really be an issue. But, it is what it is. Oh, I did say him say that. Fury is right 100%. Got to give Fury give it to Fury for seeing it, not just boo-boo. Yeah. It's not just boo-boo. I mean, who everybody needs to fight? Demetrius Andrade. 100%. And that's why I said, look, man, I'm going to say, got to give the man credit. Got to get a man credit for saying it, because that's 100% correct, man. And I'm very, very happy that he said it, man. Very, very happy that he said it. Hold on one second. No one found, not that found Boo Boo. He's a good fighter. I want to see him versus Benavidez or Charlo. I mean, now that he's with the PBC, he's probably going to get a fight. Those guys, I really do not get why people say the PBC does not make fights. They do make fights. You are more likely to get a fight, an equal level, a tough fight on the PBC than you are at Golden Boy or Top Rank. Definitely. I think maybe the only other place where you consistently see fights, where you see upsets and things like that, are those UK fights that Matchroom will make. Those are the ones, like Matchroom. Let me put it this way. Eddie Hearn will make an in-house fight that is a difficult fight for his fighters. He absolutely will do that, because otherwise Carl Frampton wouldn't keep losing like Carl Frampton keeps losing. If Josh Warrington. If Josh Warrington was fighting for Top Rank, Josh Warrington would never lose. He would always be in a fight that looks like it's a good fight, but you already know who the outcome is. You always know the outcome, almost always know the outcome of a Top Rank fight, which is why I have no idea why they think Anthony Yarde is about to beat this guy, even though it is virtually an in-house fight. But that's a Bob Arum fight, bro. Bob Arum ain't about to try to get, well, I don't know. Maybe he will throw Beterbiev to the wolves, but I don't know. Usually Top Rank fighters, nah, man, they only fight when they're like, when you dang know for sure know they're gonna win. The one fight, and even, yeah, the one fight that I would say was funny is, Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson. E. Studi said, people say PBC don't make fights, but when I say name their favorite fights, it was on the PBC network. Dude, those guys most definitely. What's going on with Dave Chappelle? What's wrong with Dave Chappelle? I don't know. Amadullah for Dave Chappelle. I can't pronounce the last thing. What's going on with Dave Chappelle? They really mean they don't want to pay for PBC fights. Pure envy. I mean, look, dude, if you're not going to pay for Jamal Charlo, like, is it worth paying for David Benavidez and Caleb Plant? Hold on, man. You gotta tell me something about David Chappelle. Oh, rips activists who use violence to protest them. Man, them people y'all need to shut up, man. Go mind your business. God dog. Like, man, go, man, dog, man. Stop. People, anyway. People, Dapper Douglas said, people Ghost next few fights must be Darrell Uskatagi. I believe Ghost. Who's Ghost? Who's Ghost? Or however you spell his name, the winner of Plant versus Boo Boo. You talking about Boo Boo. Oh, like Boo. Okay. Boo Boo. Oh, like the Ghost says Boo. Yeah, okay, I got you. Boo Boo's next few fights must be Darrell Uskatagi or however you spell his name, and the winner of Plant versus Benavidez. Yeah, that'd be good, man. I like that. For now, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I have somebody at my door. That. Sorry about that, man. I had to pay the guys that do the lawn service. Hey, Kamal Oz in the building. He said, Beterbiev is a monster, ridiculous KO power. Beterbiev in yard is a Bob Arum, Frank Warren fight. Kenny Porter said Duckford won't knock down Errol. Nah, bro, he's definitely not gonna. Man, dude, I got Errol in that fight. Ben had Errol in that fight, bro. Ben had Errol in that fight. Dude, I'm telling you, man, Terence Crawford, man, like there's just a lot of like questions about him, man. If you're not like, how can I say this, man? Like, people are very, very enamored with the fact that he can switch stances. Like that, you ever notice that? I mean, like that's what they were selling him with on Top Rank a lot. I mean, he's a very, very skilled fighter, man. But dude, he's not invincible. You know what I mean? Like people are in love with the fact that he switches southpaw. He's a southpaw. I mean, he switches to a southpaw. He fights as a tough. He fights as a southpaw. You know what I mean? And then he can go to orthodox. I got that. But dude, like the way he didn't fight that, didn't take that Errol Spence Jr. fight, man. The way he didn't take that fight, man, it just brings up a lot of questions for me. Not that I don't think he's a very good fighter. It just brings up a lot of questions for me. And there's a lot of smoke and mirrors over there at Top Rank because those guys do not put their guys in with guys that can beat them, by and large. He's really a true south. He fights as a southpaw. He doesn't fight. I mean, he fights well, but he doesn't really fight that well as an orthodox fighter. So he fights Errol Spence. That's going to be a southpaw and a southpaw matchup. You know what I mean? Rick Tim said, I agree. Bud has been moving and taking very iffy lately with this Errol fight on his horizon. Dude, he's not fought anybody in a long. Dude, it's been. Look, man, you know this dude has not been fighting nobody. You know it, man. Like, you know this. So let's not act like this man is giving a decent fight to somebody in the last 6 years. To get in there with Errol Spence Jr. is a very, very, very big step up. When you're fighting a guy where you're going to have to go 12 rounds, and that's going to be a battle. And he's never had to do that. And I just have a hard time believing that he's not going to do that with Errol. Like he's just going to touch Errol on the button and get Errol out of there. That doesn't make sense to me, man. Just doesn't make sense to me. You know? And a lot of the arguments that you guys make are just a bunch of hooey. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of hooey. Like, hey, man, ain't nobody buying that stuff you guys are spilling. You know what I mean? And then now you got people like every time you talk about Bud, like, oh, you're just obsessed. You're obsessed. Why are you hating on Bud? You're hating on Bud. Man, look, man, whatever amount of discredit, whatever amount of stuff is being said about Bud, this is why, yeah, I got a video coming up about something. But, Doggy brought it on himself. Brought it on himself, man. Brought it on himself, man. As well as did a lot of other people. Brought stuff on themselves, man. Brought it on yourself. You know what I mean? Brought it on yourself. Nobody's buying that stuff, man. Except for the couple people out there that are with you. They're not buying it. You can't pass up the biggest fight. You can't pass up the biggest fight that can be made in boxing, bro, and not have people look at you like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I don't care how much money I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, think about it like this, man. You have like policemen, right? Like policemen or in the 80s, they had the what do you call it? Like the air traffic controllers were on strike, and they fired all the air traffic controllers because they said they don't have the right to go on strike. At the end of the day, the people did not care about whether or not, you had whether or not you're getting paid what you want. They want the service. And at the end of the day, you got to give people the service, man. And he's just not giving it at all. You're not giving it. That's why his numbers aren't good, because he's not giving people what they want to see. If you fought Errol Spence Jr., yes, your numbers would be very, very good. If you fought Danny Garcia and you fought, the best numbers that he did was Sean Porter. But Sean Porter is somebody that had lost to Kell Brook and Errol Spence already. So it was a good name, but it's not like it was not like he beat Sean Porter at the same time Kell Brook beat Sean Porter, or they beat Sean Porter after, Sean Porter had a belt. It's not like that. You know what I mean? For a championship, you beat him after he lost his championship to Errol. He looked okay against the last guy that he fought. And then you fight him in a very suspect looking fight that you didn't even want to take, that the man had to become as mandatory. Like, just think about how the fact that the best fight, the most acceptable fight that he's had at welterweight, the man literally had to force him to take the fight by becoming his mandatory. And how people really accept out of Bud the idea, the knowledge that he will not fight somebody. Now, let me repeat this. I'm going to demonstrate for you how ingrained it is in people's heads that Bud Crawford will not fight tough competition unless he's forced. Because all the talk about fighting Jaron Ennis all revolves around Jaron Ennis having to become his mandatory. Nobody thinks at all that Terence Crawford is going to fight Jaron Ennis voluntarily. So much so that whenever you bring up, well, why does he need to be his mandatory to fight him? Well, no, I don't know. Why does he have to be the mandatory? Why does he have to be the mandatory in order to get a fight with you? Why can't you fight him as a voluntary? You fought David Avanesyan as a voluntary. Right? You fought David Avanesyan as a voluntary. You fought Kell Brook as a voluntary. You fought Amir Khan as a voluntary. You fought Jose Benavidez as a voluntary. All of his voluntary fights have been absolute positive cakewalks. His mandatories have been the toughest fights. The mandatory he had, the mandatory Bud and Boots won't sell. Man, give me a break. None of his fights sell. What do you mean? Bud and Boots won't sell. Why? To you? Because you won't buy them? But you think him and Amir Khan is going to sell? Why does he and David and Jose Benavidez sell? Man, stop. It won't sell. Man, God dog, shame on you. Kamal Oz said Beterbiev is a monster, ridiculous KO power. Beterbiev, I got that. Beterbiev yard is a Bob Aaron Frank Warren fight. Kenny Porter said Duckford won't knock down Errol. If he don't knock down Errol, he's losing. Tank didn't cancel Ryan fight because he was fighting Hector Garcia as a tune-up. Hector Garcia is not a tune-up, chance to change. How is that a tune-up? The man is a reigning world champion. And he didn't need a tune-up. He just had a fight versus Rolly Romero. It's not a tune-up. It's not a tune-up fight. He didn't have a layoff. He took a championship fight. He took a voluntary championship fight. Let me see something. Let's see something. I have a suspicion. Let's see how many times Gervonta Davis fought last year. Okay, he fought. He's fought 3 times. In the last 12 months. He fought in January of 2023. He fought in June of 2022. So 6 months before that. 6 months before that, he fought against Isaac Cruz. 6 months before that, he fought Mario Barrios. 8 months before that, he fought Leo Santa Cruz. The longest gap that he had in fighting was between Yuriokas Gamboa and Leo Santa Cruz, and that was 10 months. But before that, in 2019, he fought 3 times. So in the last 3 years, this man has been very, very active. This man has been very, very active. He is fighting on a regular basis. Now, the funny thing is, when it's Gary Russell Jr. and he only wants to fight once a year, you got a problem with that. If Gary only fights once a year, you got a problem with that. If Gervonta Davis is fighting every 6 months or 3 times a year, they're all tune-ups. A tune-up is something that you take after you have a layoff. Gervonta Davis is not having any layoffs. He is fighting on a very, very regular basis. He's defending his belt on a regular basis. He's fighting his mandatories. He's fighting in multiple weight classes. What's the problem? Aaron Muhammad in the building said, Fanon, it's sad that people start off on the wrong foot, so much trying to deny that Buds needs representation. So they want Al and Errol to give him what he doesn't earn. Dude, let me tell you something, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. They don't want what's best for Errol. They don't want what's best for Bud. These guys don't want what's best for Bud. They just want the PBC to fail. They don't want what's best for Bud. They just want the PBC to fail. If Bud was at the PBC, they'd be saying the same thing about Bud. Just put your imagination hat on for a second and imagine that Terence Crawford fought David Avanesian on the PBC and Errol Spence Jr. fought Keith Thurman on ESPN. What do you think the same people would be saying? If Terence Crawford fought David Avenetian on Showtime pay-per-view after turning down a fight with Errol Spence Jr., who was represented by Bob Arum. And Bob Arum, instead of having the fight, because he couldn't make the fight, made a fight between Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. What do you think people would say? They would say what they should say, that Terence Crawford ducked Errol Spence Jr. to take a cherry pick on PBC, while Errol Spence Jr. fought a legitimate world champion, former world champion, on ESPN. That's what they would say, because guess what? That would be a logical argument. However, they don't want to make the logical argument. They want to say like I told you yesterday. They start with the conclusion. They start with the conclusion. The conclusion is that PBC is bad. And so what happened? However, whatever happened, you have to interpret everything in a way that makes PBC look bad. Every time. So if Errol, this is why I'm saying low IQ boxing, was when that dude said, literally laid out Errol Spence Jr. beating every world champion that there was in the weight class, and it was all about avoiding Bud. The reason that he went to the UK to fight Kell Brook and beat the IBF champion in Kell Brook was because he knew that he had already lost to Gennady Golovkin, and he knew that he couldn't beat Terence Crawford. So that's why he took that fight. And then he moves on to fight Sean Porter. Why doesn't he fight Sean Porter, the WBC champion? Well, he fought Sean Porter he fought Mikey Garcia because he didn't want to fight Terence Crawford. Now, he fought him because he didn't want to fight Terence Crawford. He knew that he couldn't win it, so he fought Mikey Garcia instead of Terence Crawford. And then after that, he moves on and he beats the WBC reigning champion because he knew that he could not win the WBO. Otherwise, he would have offered a fight to Terence Crawford and got the fight done then. So why would he fight the WBC champion? It wasn't because he wanted to unify titles. It was because he didn't want to use the unified titles against Terence Crawford. Why did he then move on to fight Manny Pacquiao? And he fought Manny Pacquiao not because Manny Pacquiao was a big name and a big something on his resume that everybody else in boxing wants to fight, except Terence Crawford. It's because he didn't want to fight Terence Crawford. That's why he fought Manny Pacquiao. And then when Manny Pacquiao loses to Yordenis Ugas, why does he go and fight Yordenis Ugas? Again, just so he can avoid fighting Terence Crawford. Literally, the man can literally, when you just take away all of the justifications, all the mind reading, you just look at the pure facts. Errol got the IBF. Then he went to go get the WBC. Then he went to got the WBA. He literally got all three of those fights, right? All three of them. If I won in all three of them, but the only reason he got all three of them was so he didn't have to fight Terence Crawford. And then when Terence Crawford walks away from the fight, when Terence Crawford walks away from the fight, when Terence Crawford says no to the fight, it's Errol Spence Jr. that didn't want the fight. You can make anything sound like you want it to sound. You can make anything sound like you want it to sound if you just assume and tell people what people are thinking. But you line up the facts and you got a different story when you just look at the facts. I mean, just the facts. Just the facts. And you do not fill in the blanks about what somebody could have done, what somebody should have done, if they could have done this. You are assuming he could have done that. You don't know that he could have done that because there's plenty of examples of people making fights, trying to make fights where the fight doesn't happen. Ultraman in the building said, hey, Fanon, how you doing, brother? I'm doing well, man. I can't complain about a thing, man. Life is good, man. Life is good, bro. Much love, and thank you guys so much for your support in the super chat, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for keeping that color in the chat, bro. Yeah, it's Al Heyman's fault, even though Al Heyman has never said anything. Now, watch this. Bob Arum has said that he does not want to make the Gervonta Davis Devin Haney fight. He said it. He said, we have all the big fights so we can make over here. We don't need that fight. That came out of Bob Arum's mouth. Tell me I'm wrong. Bob Arum said, basically said, we don't need to fight. Any of these guys need to fight Gervonta Davis. We've got all the lightweights over here. What do we need to make that fight for? We've got plenty of big fights we can make here. Leonard Ellerby says, Bob Arum is not going to make that fight. Bob Arum is not going to let those guys fight Gervonta Davis because he's not going to make any money. Bob Arum says we got plenty of big fights over here. Right? So that's somebody from the PBC saying Bob Arum's not going to let that fight get made. That is somebody, Bob Arum, saying he's not going to let that fight get made. But for some reason, all Gervonta Davis has to do is commit tortious interference with contractual relations, contract or business relations, and send it over to Devin. And hey, that's going to solve all the problems. No, it won't. It's going to create problems, is what it's going to do. Kamal Oz said, corporate media's coverage of Errol Duckford contracts with its silence on top-ranked swerving Prograis. Jose Ramirez is fighting Richard Comey, who's been recycled like a beer can, a la Carlos Takam. Exactly. I can tell you who these guys are about to fight. They're going to fight Richard Comey. Richard Comey right now is the new Ray Beltran. He's a fighter that is going to give you a good fight. He's going to be there throwing punches. You're going to be able to beat him, and you're going to wind up looking good doing it. He has a name that people know. Oh, it's Richard Comey. They're going to get 3 or 4 more fights out of Richard Comey before Richard Comey retires. Absolutely. I'm very, very surprised. Oh, no, I was going to say I'm surprised Teofimo Lopez didn't fight him, but he did. And Lomachenko fought him. Now Jose Ramirez is going to fight him at a higher weight class. Of course, we know who these guys are going to fight, man. Hunter Young in the building. Much love in that super chat said, Haney said after Loma he's going to 140. Who do you think is his first fight at 140? Or will it be or it's going to be it's going to be over? Bob Arum says it's going to be against whoever Bob Arum says. There you go. It depends on who Bob Arum wants him to fight. That's who he's going to fight. That's the last guy he fought. And it will be the last guy after that he fought. But if he's going to 140, again, that's not ducking Shakur Stevenson if he goes to 140 and he can't make the weight. However, do not ever say that Gervonta Davis ducked him then. Because both cannot be true at the same time. If he did not duck Shakur Stevenson by going up in weight to 140 because he can't make the weight, then Gervonta did not duck him. Because Devin Haney moved to 140 after fighting a championship fight, a mandatory fight, and a fight ordered, and a fight that he negotiated to fight a year and a half ago with Bob Arum. So when he goes to 140, you guys got to keep Gervonta Davis's name out your mouth. because he's no longer in the weight class. And Gervonta is. Gervonta would not have been the one to drop his belts and go up. He's still at that weight class. So he did not duck him. Easy. You can't have it both ways. He cannot. Devin Haney can. If Gervonta Davis ducked Devin Haney, because Devin Haney goes to 140, then Devin Haney ducked Shakur Stevenson when Devin Haney went to 140. And there's no way you can get out of that. That is a flat out truth. If you don't press Devin to fight Shakur at 140, then do not talk at all about what Gervonta Davis needs to do with Devin Haney. Because if the belts are what matters and Devin drops the belts, he doesn't have any belts at 140. Gervonta can fight for belts or not belts at 147. And guess what's going to happen? He is definitely going to get a shot at the WBA super title. 100%. They are going to say immediately, Gervonta, who you fighting for this belt? But I already know the argument. The argument is going to be, well, he just waited until Devin moved up. Oh, yes, sir, man. Oh, hold on, man. Yes, sir. Hold on one second. Hold on, man. How do I not have that here? Hold on one second. Yes, sir, brother. Thank you. It should be right here. Check your cash. Thank you, brother. I will check the Cash App, and thank y'all for your support, man, because you know they flagging my channel. I don't know who they are, but they flagging my channel, bro. Hold on one second. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, Chillville is the best. That's the number one most efficient. Oh, hold on. I already did this. How did that not go yesterday? Hold on one second. Orlando Pearson in the building. Said, just got in the building. Super Chat Friday, John Bowie. What's going on, brother? And my man, Chillville in the building. Say, yo, what's going on, Fi? What's going on, Fi? And Brock Howard in the building says, much love to my man Chillville in that super chat. T Orlando in that super chat, or Chillville in the Cash App. T Orlando in the Cash App, in the super chat, and Brock Howard in the super chat. He said, didn't Harold have the IBF before Bud got to 147? If that's correct, then he did fight Brooke to avoid Bud. Falsus in Uno, Falsus in Omnibus. Oh, it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter, brother. It doesn't matter because he knew, Brock Howard, you got to understand. You have to think, how can this make Bud Errol look bad? What he did was he went to fight for the IBF, but he didn't go to the WBO because if he would have went to the WBO, then he would have known that Terence Crawford was going to move up because he was the WBO super champ. And that way they would have made that fight. So what Errol did was Errol knew ahead of time that Bud was going to move up. So he decided to go the IBF route because he didn't want to fight Bud, who was going the WBO route. See, I got to tell you, you can make any argument if you start with what you want. Instead of where the information leads you, without you making assumptions about what the guy is thinking or what he could have done. Oh, yeah, he could have done it. Yes, he could have gone here or he could have gone there. Yeah, he could have. Maybe he could have. How do you know he could have? How do you know he could have? That's an assumption. You don't know that. Hey, bad news. Say, you get my super chat, Fanon. Bad news in the building. Much love in that super chat. Say good morning to you, Fanon, and the chat. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for the support. And good morning to you, Bad News. Good morning to you, Bad News. 0223. Yes, sir. RJ Mars said, bad business Bud versus Twitter fingers Bud Crawford. You got to give me a. I don't know, man. I'll take 20. I'll take Twitter finger, bro. I'll take Twitter fingers, Crawford. So you're a Spence lover and an excuse maker. I haven't said, no, I'm not an excuse maker. I'm clowning you dummies. You're just a dummy who wants to believe something. And so you just make it fit. I mean, just make it fit. Bud Crawford rejected a fight with Errol Spence Jr. That is a fact. He turned down Errol Spence Jr. for a fight. That is a fact. I know it and you know it. So what's the question? If you want to take out any excuse, any explanation, you're left with this. Terence Crawford said that he had accepted all of their terms. He then turned around, reneged on his word, and fought David Avanesyan and turned Errol Spence Jr. down. That's the fact that you're left with. Period. Would you care to retort? You cannot retort without making it an excuse. A reason to excuse his behavior. You have to excuse something that he did. Right? Right? Yes. If Devin Haney does not fight Shakur Stevenson, and he moves to 140, Devin Haney chose not to fight Shakur Stevenson at 135. That is a fact. Correct? Yes. Any reason that you give him for doing such is a reason to excuse his actions. Now, if you excuse his action because he can't make that weight class anymore, then you say that is it is reasonable to excuse the action because he can't make weight. But if it is true that he cannot make weight, and that is why he's moving to fight someone at 140, then you must excuse Gervonta Davis for not fighting him because he is no longer at 140 pounds. Because it is a reason to excuse Gervonta Davis from fighting him because he is no longer at the weight class because he cannot make that weight. That's how that works. You want to label it an excuse, but understand what an excuse is. It is a reason to excuse a behavior. And you all do not like that because you want to start with the conclusion. And the conclusion is that everybody ducks Devin. Everybody that Devin doesn't fight, everybody that Devin doesn't want to fight, there is a reason to excuse it. Everybody that Devin wants to fight, you cannot excuse them for not doing what Devin says to do. Because you started with the conclusion that Devin is right. Devin is right. What's the question? Devin is right. Fanon, I donate to your channel if you just admit you're a Bud super fan. Let me tell you, Southpaw, I don't give a fat rat if you ever donate to my channel. You can kiss my ass and go away. Thank you very much. I don't take commands. And on top of that, that would be a violation. That would make me look bad. That would make me look bad. People could question my integrity if I was to do something like that. And let me tell you, I do not, above all, I don't want you to question my integrity. Credibility, hey man, you can question my credibility. What do you have that, why should I believe you? Are you an expert? Have you ever put boxing gloves on before? Have you ever managed a fighter? Have you ever this, that? Okay, that is my credibility. No worries. I say I'm a boxing fan. I got you, bad news. I didn't know. I got you, brother. You behind, bro. I got you. Oh, I'm sorry. Kamal Oz said, we need to give Fury props for speaking up for Boo Boo all day. Yes, sir. And my man, Brock Howard in the building says, Schmoot, where you been? Yes, sir. Schmoot, where you been? Terry Schmoot in the building. What's going on, brother? No, I got you, bad news, but I'll go back again. You may be behind, brother. Bad news says, good morning to you, Fanon, and to the chat. Thank you, brother. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Okay? So you can doubt my credibility. I don't want you doubting my integrity. If I make a mistake, I'll correct it. Easy. Because that's a question of integrity. That's not a question of credibility. That is a question of integrity. And some of y'all got real funny integrity. Y'all got some real funny, so you guys have a suspect integrity. However, let me look at the word integrity. Meaning integrity. Let's read this. A quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. The state of being whole or undivided. That's relied. The whole or undivided is territorial integrity or national sovereignty. He is known to be a man of integrity, of being honest and having strong moral principles and moral uprightness. Now, let me tell you how you bring your integrity into question. Where you have one set of rules for one person and another set of rules for somebody else. That is a question of integrity. Being hypocritical is a question of integrity, not credibility. It's integrity. Not qualifications, it's integrity. So take, for example, something that happened to me. And people said this. I said, look, man, I did a video where I assumed something and let you know. In the video that I did it, I said, hey, man, this is something, man, could this be true? This seems like this could be the case. I did not say it was the case. I said I thought it could be the case. Very clearly, I said I thought it could be the case. Because I told people I don't know if it is. I just suspected it may be. However, the person that I said it may be came to me and said, hey, man, that's what you said is not true. I would never do that. I didn't do that. Please do not spread that BS narrative. Don't believe the haters. So, what does somebody who wants to defend their credibility do? No, you don't have any proof that you didn't say it. No, I never said that you said it. I said I thought you might have said it. Right? No. As a matter of integrity, though. In a matter of integrity, you say, hold on, man. I apologize because you're telling me that I mistreated you. I don't want to mistreat you. I don't want people to think something that you have now told me is expressly not true. For people that listen to me to not know that you said that was not true. It isn't a question of whether I know it to be true or not to be true. I know that you said it wasn't. So since you say that it wasn't, as a matter of integrity, you have to let that be known. Right? That's a matter of integrity. It's not a matter of credibility. It's not a matter of anything other than integrity. And it is more important. There is nothing more important than your integrity. Because without integrity, people will always question your credibility. And if they question your credibility, they will always question your conclusions. But if you show that you have integrity, even if you are incorrect, people will still believe that you have credibility because they know that if you are incorrect, because credibility does not mean perfection. You do not have to be perfect to be credible. You just have to have integrity and you have to use logic. You all lack integrity. As a specific definition of what you're missing, you miss integrity. Because you, again, are starting with what you think to be true and working backwards from that conclusion, no matter what information is put in your face. Errol Spence Jr. is a duck no matter what he does. Hey, dog, no commercials, brother. No commercials, Mr. Nika. No commercials. Tell your boys, get your weight up. No need to do commercials over here, partner. No need to do commercials. Get your weight up. So you ain't got to do commercials. Corporate media silent on Fury supporting Andrade. Oh, yeah, very much so. Even though they shared it, though. They shared it. It was on corporate media. Fanan, I call you out. Brother Judah. Fanan, I call you out since 2018. You stepped to me with a contract. Then I go fight someone else, but you duck me. That adds up, right? Absolutely nothing. No way in the world does that add up. Yeah, it adds up to you ducking. It adds up to you ducking. He said that was a brand new account. I was fitting to watch their comments. No worries. We click on commercials. We click on commercials, bro, right away. I don't like commercials. No need. Don't do commercials because it's you. Or you're trying to start a beef between people. Get away, bro. Here's your integrity for now. Hey, thank you, Lady Erica B. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. And Brother Judah, thank you for your support. Like, that's the issue. It is, yeah, for sure. Dude, look, when you break it down and you look at what happened and you get rid of what you think, like, I'm okay understanding. I can justify why I think it with a lot of different things. I can talk about the contract. I can talk about the fact that you guys are twisting up the words, that you're conflating the words, transparency with approval. I can talk about all kind of different stuff, right? But at the end of the day, what do we know is a hardcore solid fact? Terence Crawford turned the fight down. Errol offered him a fight. Terence Crawford turned the fight down after he said he accepted everything. Is it true that Errol Spence and Al Heyman offered him a fight? Yes, everybody agrees on that fact. Does everybody agree on the fact that Terence Crawford said he accepted all of their BS terms? including the money, all of that. Yes, everybody says that Terence Crawford said it. Did Terence Crawford change his mind and fight somebody else? Yes. We all know that because we know that he fought David Avenation. We know he did. We know those things to be true. We know those things to be true. The only logical conclusion is that Terence Crawford did not take that fight. The only question you have is, are you going to excuse him from it? That's it. Are you going to accept his excuse? So since you want to call me an excuse maker for Errol Spence Jr. not fighting Terence Crawford, the only excuse he has that I need is that Terence Crawford said no. That's it. I don't need any other excuse. I don't need any other reason to excuse him from your accusations. Similarly, if Devin Haney goes to 140 pounds, keep Gervonta's name out of your mouth. Because if he could stay at that weight class to fight Gervonta, then he can stay at that weight class to fight Shakur. Those are true, undeniable statements. If you can stay at 135 for Gervonta Davis, then you can stay at 135 for Shakur. If you cannot stay at 135 135 to fight Shakur, you have to move to 140, then then you are not available to fight Gervonta. If you are not available to fight Gervonta, then Gervonta has a valid reason not to fight you. Facts. Those are facts. When people say facts, those are facts. Facts. Unless what you're saying is this: Devin Haney can have a set of rules for Shakur, but those rules that apply to Shakur do not apply to Gervonta. He can move up to 140, and he's not ducking Shakur. But he can, and I suppose you would say that Shakur's not ducking him either, because he can't make the weight, right? Let's even make that argument a little bit different. Is Shakur ducking Devin if Devin moves up to 140? Well, if Devin's not ducking him because he has to move up to 140, then Shakur's not ducking Devin because Devin has to move to 140. And if Gervonta so if Shakur isn't ducking Devin by not following him to 140, then neither is Gervonta, because the the facts are the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Unless you're starting out with your conclusion that Gervonta's ducking Devin. Unless you start there. Unless you start, the only way that makes sense is if you start with your conclusion and say Gervonta's ducking Devin. And you say Devin's not ducking Shakur. And then you work backwards and you make the facts fit. However you can make these facts fit your argument, you make those facts fit your argument. That's the only way that you can do that. That's it. Because the two things cannot be true at the same time as a matter of logic. Hey, huge in the chat. Big Fitty Bones, brother. Said, good morning from me and Lord Haney. Tevis in the building. What's going on, brother? Thank you for that huge support today, bro. Thank you for that huge support. For now, what did Wilder and Fury say or do? Wilder talked about the business of boxing and what people needed to, and how people need to stop taking advantage of boxers. And then people used his words against him and turned around and said that he claimed that he was not getting paid by the PBC. The same clown now has an excuse that the PBC showed the only reason. Now watch this. Watch how these guys do this. Watch how these guys do this. Let me get these 2 super chats, bro. And then I'm going to get back to you, Benson Hedges. Morning chat, Fanon chat, Factual Friday. Can't get no more factual, brother. And Kid the Great in the building. What's going on? He said, been on vacation. I miss y'all. What's good, fam? What's good with you, brother? Let me tell you what they did, Benson Hedges. And my man, Justin Hawkins in the building. Salute OG. Keep up the grind. Thank you, brother. I will, man. And thank you guys for your support, bro. It's huge. And thank you for your support, man. It's huge. Frank Martin will beat Keyshawn Davis. So, back to the other point. They were saying that the PBC is going broke and that Showtime is going out of business. Do you remember people saying that? Do you remember people saying that? I remember people saying that. I remember people doing videos, putting up tweets about how the PBC is going broke. And that's why the Terence Crawford fight didn't happen. Even though you know full well that's not the case. The reason that the fight didn't take place is because Terence Crawford already had another fight. The reason that the Terence Crawford Errol Spence Jr. fight didn't take place wasn't because there wasn't anything in the budget. The same people told you that it was in the budget when they reported that the fight was done on September 16th, October, the middle of October, and the middle of November. There was money in the budget all that time. For every time that they reported that the fight was done, there was money there. But miraculously, when Terence Crawford turns it down, all of a sudden, in retrospect, that is looking backwards, there was no money. Logically inconsistent. Highly inconsistent. They had it before, but after it falls apart, they didn't have it then. Oh, we know that we have the money. We know they got the money. We know it's all good. And then in retrospect, we always knew it wasn't good. Whoo! But what they say now, they say that Showtime is going broke. Oh, PBC is going broke except for Showtime. Listen to this. They say everybody knows that Showtime, the PBC is going broke except for Showtime. First of all, let's look at it like this. ESPN is going broke except for ESPN. Do you know of any top-ranked fights that are not taking place on ESPN? No. That's like saying Golden Boy is going broke except for DAZN. You're going broke except for your job. LeBron James is going broke except for his salary and his endorsements. Man, like I said, everything is good when you start with the argument and you just try to make it work. Everybody's going, You going broke except for that money in your bank. Oh, man, he's starving except for that food in his fridge. Man, will you shut up? Man, will y'all shut up? Hey, Brock Howard says, for the ladies in the chat, Asante L, Erica B, Heather E, Aisha, love it, man. Yes, sir, man. We got the ladies in the building. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank y'all for y'all support, man. Please let me have a day off. Please let me get a day off. He said PBC has been going broke for a long time. Oh, my God. Stay broke. Much love in that super chat, bro. Stay broke. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry can't shoot. Except for the basket keeps going in the hole. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the PBC is now going broke except for Showtime. Now, hold on, though. I thought Showtime was going out of business. So you're admitting Showtime ain't going out of business because why? They got fights going all the way. As soon as Terence Crawford got out of the way, they started making fights every month. Oh, they didn't have a budget. That's why they didn't get the fight, bro. And although everybody said, nah, I didn't get the fight date because everybody was waiting around on Bud. Because Bud kept faking. Dog, we don't want nothing to do with Bud. Dog. And you know this. You know those guys over there are like, will you please not negotiate with him? Will you please, Steven Espinoza, not negotiate with him? Please. Please. Because we could not fight for a year. You kept giving me fight dates, and it kept getting moved, and I couldn't fight. Please do not do this again to me. Trust in him. Dog, he left. Talk about what's good for fighters. How about Bud hanging out all those fighters by dragging a negotiation and holding up their paychecks for 6 months? Man, Bud is concerned about Bud, and Bud is concerned about Bud alone. Bud is concerned about Bud and Bud only. That is obviously apparent. Hey, DeQuito Hall in the building. Much love with a $5 holler in that Cash App. Thank you, brother, for that support, bro. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you, man. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. And Fanon, my man Aaron Muhammad in the building, said Bud didn't change his mind. His mind was made up way back in September. He was going to fight Avocado. Oh, I understand that. But I can't. I would have to go through all of that to get there. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he changed his mind. Because it doesn't matter whether or not he was lying the whole time or whether he meant it and just changed his mind. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he said no. So I don't have to go through all of that. Only thing I have to go to is the fact that you said no. It's per se. You said no means you said no. And since you said no, Errol Spence Jr. has a reason to excuse any of your accusations that he ducked. Because he was not the one that said no. Bud was the one that said no. And you're making the excuse. You are excusing the reason that he said no. Period. Oops. Oops. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, man, he said, check your Cash App again. Big Noop in the building. Yes, sir. We'll check it again. Oh, man, Chillville huge, bro. Supporting my Noop. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you. By the way, brother, Fernanda, you going to grab the new boxing game, Undisputed? No, I am not. It does not have Muhammad Ali in the game, and I ain't playing no boxing games without Muhammad Ali in it. That's it. If you do not have Muhammad Ali in that game, I am not buying your game. Because ain't no boxing game worth it to me if it ain't got, only one I'm running around boxing with is Muhammad Ali. That is it. Huge in that super chat to my man, Chillville in the building. Big noob. By the way, this is not a gang sign, you dummies. And if I was to say this means the same thing as this means the same thing as this, as this, they're all the same thing, bro. That does not mean that I am inciting gang violence, you dummy. It is me encouraging you to understand esoteric symbolism. That's it. That's all that means. And I so apologize for thinking that y'all were smart enough to be able to hang with that conversation. Dummies. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. You start with your conclusion and you work backwards. You're going to lose every time when somebody works from the facts and moves forward. Yep. Start with the facts and then move to your conclusion. It's the safest thing because you're not going to have to make logical gaps. You're not going to have to make as many assumptions. You're not going to have to do it. You're not going to have to do coulda, woulda. You don't have to do coulda, woulda, shoulda. He could have done this. He would have done this if. He should have done this if he wanted. Do coulda, woulda, shoulda works both ways. When somebody doesn't do something that they're supposed to, they always got a coulda, woulda, shoulda. You know what I mean? A coulda, woulda, shoulda. Also, when you trying to use your opinion in substitute for their decisions, you say what he could have done, what he should have done, what he would have done if. All of those things have gaps because you got to fill in. Those are all you're filling in the blanks. You're filling in the blanks. What did he do? Let's talk about this. And I ain't talking about what P did he do. I mean, what did he do? What did he do? What did he do? What he did do is say no to the fight. What he did do was say no to a fight he was offered. That's what he did do. Then you can go into why did he do. But that's what he did do. So let's stick with what he did do. And then I can give an explanation for why I think that he did, and you got an explanation. But what did he say? Errol Spence Jr. said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect all these belts, and then I'm going to come get you. That's what I'm going to do. You're fourth in line. Now, why did he say it? Does it matter? He's the boss. Does it matter? Take that. Yeah, does it matter? He said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to beat him, and then I'm going to beat you. So what he did was he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He beat him, and then he came to get you. He kept his word. You said you're never going to fight him, and you didn't fight him. You kept your word too. What's the problem? Gervonta Davis said, I'm about to go make this money. I'm about to go to work and make a bunch of money. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And he's doing it. He fought Hector Garcia. He's going to fight Ryan Garcia. If he then says, after that, I'm going to send you an offer. When I get done whooping Ryan Garcia, then I'm going to send you a deal. If you are not available to accept that deal, that's on you. That's not on him. That's on you. Especially because you, who is Devin Haney, already has another fight scheduled. for a month after he fights Ryan Garcia. Gervonta Davis does not owe it to Devin Haney to sit around and not fight him until. He also does not owe it to him to send him an agreement. Doesn't owe it to him. When you get past Lomachenko, if you still have those belts, or if you don't have those belts, because I don't really care about the belts, because Gervonta said he didn't care about them belts. So if he says, I don't, but you're going to fight at 135, though, and you're going to be fighting on Showtime, you're going to be fighting on 135, and you're going to be fighting on Showtime. If you try to send me some contract to go fight on Boo Boo the Foo channel, I'm going to tell you no. So don't bother sending it. Do not bother sending me an offer. I will send you one. After I get done with this fight and you get done with that fight. And that offer will be for a fight on Showtime pay-per-view at 135 pounds with a nice rehydration clause for you because you want to be cute. Nah, brother, you're not walking in there. You're going to be, yeah, that's what you're going to get. And I'm going to tell everybody and the mama, yep, if you say something about this rehydration clause, bro, I'm not fighting you. And if it comes, if I hear it, see, that's me being nasty. He ain't never said that. See, that's me adding on. So in your honest opinion, Tank cannot box. That's somebody else. Fanon, is it true about them dropping Boots from the rankings? Yes and no. Jaron Boots Ennis removed himself from those rankings. The truth is that Jaron Ennis removed himself from those rankings. That's the truth. Because it was his decision to fight for the IBF interim title, which would lead him to no longer being eligible to be in their rankings because he is a champion in the IBF. Technically, neither of them have a fight scheduled today. Lonzo Lambert, please. Technically, my behind. Technically, get out my face with that bull. How about that? Technically, you full of bull because you already know who he's going to fight. They've already agreed to fight. Bob Arum said that Devin Haney and Lomachenko have agreed to fight. Devin has already agreed to fight Lomachenko. Master X said, Fanon sounds like he don't think Tank can beat Devin. You want a rehydration clause. No, I'm not sounding like I don't think he can beat him. I'm just being a jerk. I'll tell you why I said it, to be a jerk, because I want to highlight the fact that he's going to do what he says. I don't want a rehydration clause. I could care less about a rehydration clause. And I don't know who's going to win the fight. I've said that the entire time. I don't know who's going to win the fight, but I'm just being a jerk. I'm telling you I'm being a jerk. I'll also say this. You're going to fight with a tire. Get your foot in a tire. You're going to put your foot in a tire. And I'm going to fight with 8-ounce gloves, and you're going to have 12-ounce gloves on. I'll say all of that stuff. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to highlight the fact that, and I'm doing it in front of a lot of people, and I'm doing it very, very obviously. Okay, I know who's listening to me. I know who hears me. You all do. What I'm tired of is the BS. Let's not act like we don't know why y'all talking about Tank. You're not talking about Tank. You're not talking about Tank because you're not talking about Tank because of the belts. You're not talking about Tank because you want to see the best fight the best. You want to fight Tank because Tank brings in the money. So call it like it is. Call it like it is. Call it like it is. Be honest. Be honest about what you're doing. Because there's no reason. If you say it's about the best fighting the best or it's about the belts, then what are you doing bothering Gervonta Davis for? Because according to y'all, he ain't never beat anybody and he don't have no belts. If he ain't ever beat anybody and he don't have any belts, then what do you want to fight him for? Shakur ain't beat nobody at 135 and he don't have no belts. You don't want to fight him. So what you want to fight him for? Since it ain't the money. Dude, I'm telling you, all the noobs know. Shout out to the noobs. Y'all know the deal. If y'all was in college, you pledged in college. This is when I would pledge people in college. They wanted to join my fraternity, right? So whenever somebody walks up and they ask you, you ask the question, why do you want to join the fraternity? You have to ask. You ask it. Why do you want it? And when they say this, well, you know, I really see what you guys are doing in the community, and I love how you guys are going out to the schools with the kids and mentoring the kids. And I love how you have that, you have that bond with people in, when whatever. And you know what I would always say? It ain't got nothing to do with all the ussy we get. It ain't got nothing to do with us hanging out at the parties and kicking it with these dime pieces. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It ain't got nothing to do with everybody knowing who you are. No matter where you go in the city, to all these other campuses, they all know who you are. You sure about that? You sure it ain't about the step shows with the crowds? You sure it ain't about that? Nothing to do with that? And they will act like they got some sense and they will be like, well, that ain't bad either. But anybody acting like that ain't got nothing to do with it, man, get out of my face. You're not being honest. You selling me something. Now, you supposed to sell me something that's cool or whatever, but I know the truth. I know the truth. I knew the truth. You see, because the girls you came into school with, all those freshmen that were with you, that you came in with that don't want to talk to you, for some reason they came right in with you the same day, but for some reason they don't want to talk to you. They want to talk to the dudes with the apartments and the cars that everybody knows. Oh, you really? You sure it ain't about that? It's about that. It's about that. What if you don't need all the organization for all those perks? You do. You do. You do. You do. You do. You do. If you're not playing for the football team, if you're not playing for a football team, a basketball team, let me put it this way. If you don't need it, you're with somebody else, or you're on the basketball team or the football team or something like that. Joining organizations have those perks, bro. It's just what it is. And trust me, it is like that. Now, at the end of the day, you can make your way. Of course, you can get all of that. But if you want to, It's got something to do with that. Yeah, there are guys and dudes that can do all that, then you wouldn't come to me. Because when you're 18 years old, that's what it's about. Now, if you are 35, it may be something different. But look, I use that as an illustration. I don't use that to say that dudes ain't got game if they don't join. Because, yeah, there's a bunch of dudes got game. Bunch of dudes get game. Dudes that are, whatever. For whatever reason, yeah, there's a lot of good dudes, man. A lot of guys that I hung with, I kicked it with all the time, bro, that were not in any fraternity or whatever. But I just use that as an example of tell the truth, man. Okay, I'll use another example. How about you walking up to a beautiful woman and you tell me that you like her because of her personality, and she's like, man, are you crazy? How about I know what you want, dog? I know what you want. Okay, stop lying, man. Stop lying. They know you lying. And I can tell you a story, bro. I can tell you a story about that one. All you simps talking about simps. Y'all talking about simps. Y'all some simps. Anyway, Kareem Ebanks said Spence told Bud he was going to get those and belts and then came for his. He executed his plan well. And if I was Bud, I would try to get my hand on those belts as well. Instead, he watched. Yeah, but he did. Because those dudes weren't trying to fight Bud. They trying to fight Errol. They told the truth too. They told the truth. Everybody was telling the truth. Everybody was telling the truth. Everybody, every one of those fighters at 140 pounds were telling the truth. Danny Garcia said he don't care about Bud. Bud ain't a draw. I want to fight Errol. I want to make money. I've been a world champion. I want to make money. That's his take. You got to understand, Danny Garcia had already been a WBC champion at welterweight. He was a unified champion at 140. He's looking for the money. He's looking for the money. So he says, I can fight Errol Spence Jr. for a bunch of money on pay-per-view. What do I need Bud for? Errol's just as hard of a fight. And I'll get paid more money. Brock Howard said, too much freedom at Southern University. Oh, yeah, you know. Hey, yeah, you can't do that, though. You can't just go up to Southern University and kick it off the bat. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to any school and just kick it off the bat. That's a unique privilege right there. Is that you can go to any school, hang with a couple dudes and kick it right off the bat. Anyway, you can go to any city and kick it right off the bat, right away. Hey, man, I'm in town. Oh, what's your name, brother? We blah, 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 blase, Skippy, bro. You're kicking it right away. Very underrated perk. You can go and switch schools. You're kicking it as soon as you get there. You guys are bugging, bro. There's a lot of privileges. Anyway, however, Fanon, what advice would you give your 23-year-old self? Nothing. It's a process, baby. It's a process. Do your best. Do the best you can every day. Set a goal. Do the best you can every day. And at the end of the day, if you've accomplished your goals for the day, you did the best that you could do that day, then you got to be happy with what you get. I would say that. Set your goals and do the best you can every day to achieve them. And if you did everything that you were supposed to do that day, you can go to sleep and know you did your best job. Whether it's in exercise, whether it is professional, whether it is in relationships, whether it is cleaning your house, keeping your house clean, right? If you have things that you know you're supposed to do, you prioritize them for that day. And if you get those things done and you've done those to the best of your ability, when you go to sleep that night, you did what you were supposed to do. Because tomorrow's not promised. So you can't stress too much about the future because there's a lot of things out of your control. The past is already done. So you really can't, if you focus and you drag yourself down on what you didn't do, then you're preventing yourself from achieving what you can do today. Every day is a new life. You're born in the morning and you pass away at night. Do the best you can. Set your goals for that day, the life of the day. And if you've achieved your goals, you can look back and wake up the next morning and be like, I did everything I was supposed to do yesterday. And if you didn't, you'd be like, oh, I missed that. I'm going to do everything that I need to get done. I'm going to get it done today. And if you're tired and you haven't achieved it, then you got to grin and bear it, and you got to get it done. But when you get it done, you did everything you can do. And then you had a great day. You did what you're supposed to do. And that will prevent you from doing things like drinking ridiculously. Because unless that's in your plan, I'm going to get drunk as a skunk today. Right? Why? Does that help your goals? Really not. It doesn't help a goal. I just want to do it. Well, it's not a productive goal. Right? Or maybe it is. Maybe I just need to relax. I need it not to work because I'm so stressed out. I need to give myself that break today. If you give yourself that break today, then that is your goal. You set that goal to give yourself a break today. You know what I mean? And that could work towards your long-term plans. But I think you have goals that you have long-term, you have really kind of middle-term goals that you're trying to do. Like you're trying to get out of high school. If you're young, 23, what are you trying to do at 23? At 23, I was trying to figure out how I was going to earn a living. So for me, the best thing would have been okay, I've got to go to work today. I'm going to do the best thing that I can in this. I'm going to do all of my schoolwork to the best that I can do. Then I'm going to go get some exercise. And also I'm going to send out resumes to a couple law firms or to somebody to see if I can get an internship. Right. And if I did all of that day, I could go to sleep and I wouldn't have to stress. But if you don't have any goals and you don't have that daily sense of accomplishment, then you have that stress because your mind is trying to work and figure out how you're going to reach a goal versus you being satisfied that you reach those goals that day. So I would think probably that. But I would tell myself that to a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old. Doesn't matter. What are your goals today? What do you want to accomplish? I want to get this done. I want to get this done and get this done. So you get that done. You get that done. You get that done. At the end of the day, you did everything. That will be your homework too. That will include your homework, right? That will include cleaning your room. That if that's what you want to do, that can include hanging out with your friends. All of that. My man, Kitty said, I'm going broke for this study session tonight. That's going to pay well. By that logic for now, we all going broke. Exactly. I'm going broke except for this studio session tonight. That's going to pay me well. Exactly. We're going broke except for all this money I got. Silly. That's all right, man. And also, man, that's what I would say. That's the advice that I would give a younger version of myself. That's advice I give to you. To cut straight to it. Sound like a stoic. Hey, man, I'm telling you, it's the most productive means to be constructive in everything you do and you say and you speak. That's a moment-by-moment basis, but if you extend that to a day, then you're going to achieve a lot in your day because there's 365 days. If you try to accomplish 5 things a day, 10 things a day, watch this. If you try to accomplish 10 things a day, and that could be, I'm going to get up and I'm going to floss my teeth. I am going to make my bed. I'm going to straighten up my room. I'm going to do 3 videos. I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to ride my bike. I am going to watch animal videos. I am going to talk to my wife. I'm going to make my son dinner. I am going to go get the flasher on my car repaired. Okay? Those are 10 things. Okay? Now multiply that times 365. And how many things have you accomplished? If you do 10 things a day times 365 days, that's 365 things that you've accomplished over the course of a year. Over the course of 10 years, that is 36,500 things that you've accomplished over 10 years. You're going to achieve a lot if that is connected to your long-term goals. Period. If you have your mind set on, I'm going to accomplish this. I'm going to be the world's best boxer. But you have to accomplish 37,000 things to include in order to get that one thing done. It's a numbers game. That's for real. If you watch this though, if you try to hurt yourself, if you say, I am going to drink a gallon of vodka today, and you do that every day for 365 days, you have drinking 3,650 gallons of vodka. What's your goal? It is to run through your liver. Right? Because you achieved it. Think it, believe it, receive it. Think it, receive it. Think it, believe it, receive it. Okay? You also got to do it. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I would do. That's my advice would be to you young folk at the age of 60 or at the age of 50. You know what I'm saying? Vodka is low cal and low carb. It's like a sports drink. Hey, man, it's nasty. Anyway, being active in pursuit of success is it's gonna happen first and foremost with keeping the Most High first. Absolutely, I believe that 100%. Anyway, man, can somebody get on boxing with me? Get on boxing, bro. Let's get on boxing. You know what I mean? Let's get on boxing. Oh, and this video is brought to you by Box Raw. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. This video is brought to you by Box Raw and a free advertisement. Box Raw and the fat man sweatsuit I just got. Hey, man, dude, those suits ain't no joke. Man, I was like, man, I ain't really sweating like this, man. I was like, hold on, man, this is getting hot. So anyway, who's going to take the advice from a failed lawyer who talks boxing to live paycheck to paycheck? I don't know, because I don't know who that is. Who are you talking about? I've been amazingly successful in my life. Amazingly successful. I've never not achieved something that I wanted to achieve. I'm very, very successful. And let me tell you this, brother. I make more money than you because you're actually out here talking to me, RuPaul. But do me a favor. Don't listen to what I said. The best thing that I can do for you is, Mr. Gilchrist, is to tell you, please ignore me. Please ignore me. You are 100% right. Do not set your goals. And just every day, brother, you just wake up in the morning, you wing it. Don't worry about it, brother. I'm 100% wrong. And I certainly hope that you don't believe nor do what I just said. Because I said, hey, you know what, man? I want to have a YouTube channel and I want to talk boxing. And guess what? I get to do that every day. And if I want to read a contract, if I want to go out and have somebody pay me to review their contract, write their contract, if I want to do it pro bono, brother, I can do it. I can do it. But if I want to sit here in my living room and talk to you, I can do that too. And I can put my child through college. If you put your child through college, this April, I actually get to go to a major university and sit down in chairs when my daughter, who did not pay a dime for college because of her athletic accomplishments, that she worked every day to get. I get to sit down and watch my daughter graduate. My daughter, who already has an offer from a Fortune 500 company to work from them for a lot of money, who also knows that she will, after 2 years, go to law school. And I am fully confident that she will be able to accomplish that. And that's a goal that I set when I had a child. So let me tell you, man, God is good to me. And God has never let me down. I'm 54 years old. Tupac didn't make it to 54. Biggie didn't make it to 54. I know a whole lot of other people that didn't make it to 54. And they were successful in what they did. But that wasn't the path that was there for them. You're sitting here listening to me, looking at me. I don't know who you are. The power dynamic with me vis-a-vis you is that you're a troll who has to wake up in the morning and click on my channel. And by the way, this is monetized. So you just paid me to troll me. You saw the ad, didn't you? Maybe you should sit back for a second and say, hold on, man. The guy that picks up the garbage outside is more successful than I am. There is a high likelihood that the person that picks up your garbage is more successful than you are. Because you paid to put that garbage there. He got paid to pick it up. And he can rely on him being able to do that every day of the week for 5 days a week through the entire year. But you will look at him and call him what is he? A failed dentist? I feel sorry for you, King. I feel sorry for you, King. RuPaul, I feel sorry for you. Hate it for you, bro. Shout out everybody. Good morning, all. Yes, sir. Let's get back onto this boxing. Oh, I know they don't, because nobody responds like that. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm more successful now than I've ever been. My life is great. My life is great. Remind myself every morning how great my life is. Really? My God. Back to our normal broadcast. Yes, sir. Anyway, sorry about that. I had to do that because it's right in line with what people need to understand, bro. You are successful if you achieve your goals. That is success. How do you know you're successful? What did you try to do? Did you achieve what you wanted to do? Then yes, you're successful. Because you were successful at achieving what you wanted to achieve. That is success. You're no more or less successful than anybody else because you set a goal and you were able to do it. You may not be as wealthy. You may not be as well known. But if you achieve your goals, you're just as successful because you've succeeded in everything that you chose to do today. And you can go to sleep with that in your mentality because that's what matters. It's what matters. What T.O. Duck and Regis? Oh, Brock Howard, much love in that super chat, brother. Let me bring it back in. Oh, hold on 1 second, man. Look, man, I'm not a rich man, but I ain't broke. That's for sure. I said, with John Boy alone, Fanon got that bread. Hey, man, John Boy is wealthy. John Boy is wealthy. I'm not wealthy. John Boy is wealthy. John Boy is wealthy. That's wealthy. And I know of John Boy. So John Boy is wealthy. And you don't know who he is. Anyway, what's the upside to Cool Boy Steph fighting in Inoue in Japan? Even in victory, does he grow in the United States? Yes, absolutely. Because he whoops Monster Inoue. Absolutely. That's a big thing. It's a big thing. Huge thing. Absolutely huge thing. Huge thing. Man and moved, what did he say? Man and having moved in funny ways ever since, like you've started what? Man and have moved in funny ways ever since, like you've stated. Man and I don't know what you're talking about, Thomas Hill. Come on, eyes in the building. He said Boots versus Villa rumored on the Tank Garcia co-main. I mean, come on, man. Come on, Kamal. Come on, Kamal. That started on this channel. That started on this channel. That started on this channel. And I'll spare you the details. Fanon, your success is looking blue. Hey, much love, brother. Nah, man, look, dude. It is what it is, man. I mean, God dog. I mean, what? Like, dude, I've been, it's like, I started on this channel. I'm telling you, we were talking about it. All of a sudden, rumor is that it'll happen. Man, please. I just listened to Moss. I literally just listened to Jerron Ennis the other day, said, yeah, that's a fight he would take, or he'd take this fight, he'd take that fight. And now it's rumored to be on the card. Man, you rumoring it to be on the card. Man, like I said, Samson already debunked that live. I mean, the Haney way, dude, I'm trying to tell you, Tony T, I know where that came from. Dude, because look, man, I'm telling you, I'm paying attention to this stuff all day. I pay attention to this stuff all day. I know full well where that comes from. Like, but so just, it is what it is, man. It's like, it is what it is, man. I used to get mad about that stuff. I'm not mad about it anymore, man. And that's me maturing. But like I said, man, Cass is real suspect, bro. Cass is real suspect. And then it brings suspectness on everybody else. It makes everybody else suspect. And then like they hide behind everybody being suspect. I'm trying to tell you, man, Cats have done real damage. Cats have done real damage. Real damage. I mean it. Blue success in the building, bro. Much love. Like, for the fact, bro, the media guys that are really doing this, dude, these guys really can't half breathe, bro. Hey, yeah, that's what's up, Alden. I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, man, he's a good dude. Yeah, KQKC is a good dude. Yeah, I just stopped doing it because KQKC is a good dude, man, and he is going to be successful, bro. His numbers, he keeps doing well. He's doing his thing. I like that, bro. A fat boy said, Fanon, not going to steer you wrong, man. Just listen to, man. I'm telling you, man. The block is hot. The block is hot. Yes, sir. Showtime broke yet somehow was $300K to donate to Boys in Blue, Minneapolis High School. Let me tell you, man, these dudes just are talking out the side of their neck, bro. They're talking out the side of their neck and consistently telling you things that you know are not, that you should just off the rip know are not true. You should know this stuff is not true off the rip. Off the rip. Because it don't make no sense. Like, dude, I mean, y'all ain't stupid. Y'all just believe people. You just lazy. Dude, it's like all this stuff with what's going on over there in Europe between those two big countries. Do you know how much work it takes to stay up to date on that stuff? I won't talk about it because I don't, you see that? I won't even talk about it because it takes so much work to separate what is really going on with the propaganda that's going on. It could be something completely different going on over there. People are assuming, oh, yeah, this is happening. You don't know that that's happening. Just like you didn't know that that was happening over in that area of the world. You don't know what's happening in that area of the world because you're only going to be told what people want to tell you. We don't need that in boxing. Dang. Don't need that in boxing. You get that enough in everything else. Get it enough. Like, if that's why I tell people all the time, bro, I am not the boxing media. If I say, hey, man, Errol Spence Jr. said that he would fight Jermell Charlo. That does not mean that he's going to fight Jermell Charlo. It means that I think that he said he would, and I would love to see that fight, because if they didn't have the same trainer, that would be as big a fight as him and Terence Crawford. And that's the truth. That's the truth. If Errol Spence, if there was not Derrick James, if Derrick James did not train Jermell Charlo, one of the biggest fights in boxing would be Errol Spence Jr. versus Jermell Charlo, because you got an undisputed champion at 154 pounds and a 3-belt holder at 154. God dog, that's a great fight. That's a great fight. How y'all telling me that that's not a great fight? Like there's something wrong with me because I want to see that fight. No, that's a great fight. It's every bit as good of a fight as Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. Because guess what? They both beat better competition than Terence Crawford did. Both of them did. Both of them. Both of them. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. It is a fight between a current undisputed fighter, current undisputed fighter, and a guy with 3 belts from the weight class below that is a big money fighter. They both fight. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a shootout. They're both in their prime. They both cleared out a division. They both cleared out an entire division. An entire division. Absolutely. Yeah, see, it breaks my heart to think about it. I love them both. Exactly. But that's not looking at the fight itself. If you take the trainer out of it, and I'm telling you, I know Derrick James. I know Derrick James. If Derrick James and me walk past on the street, he'd be like, hey man, how you doing, Fanata? I'd be like, hey, how you doing, Derrick? Man, keep doing what you're doing. All of that. I've met him. I've shaken his hand on I've had conversations with him on multiple occasions. I know he's the trainer of the year. Okay? Like Derrick James a whole lot, got a lot of respect for him. But I'm a savage. And I'm being honest, that is one of the best fights that can be made in boxing. That is one of the best and most realistic fights that can be made in boxing. Errol Spence Jr. said he would take it. Jermell Charlo said, you're going to have to pay me a lot of money for that. Don't worry, brother. There's going to be a lot of money for that. Why do you want Jermell Charlo to run around having to fight Sebastian Fundora and Tim Tszyu and go roll the dice with Tony Harrison again when Jermell Charlo can just get that work with Errol? And boom, it all blows up right there. Dude, that's the fight, I'm telling you. That's the money fight right there. And you ain't got to deal with Terence Crawford. And let me tell you something. And the best thing about it is you don't have to negotiate with Terence Crawford to make it happen. You don't have to hear all this craziness, bro. You ain't got to hear him say, I'm never going to fight him. I've already done enough in my career. And yeah, let me string you out and jump over here to fight David Avanesian. I'm telling you, man, that's how I look at it. And I can understand if you don't have to deal with bad business, not big business, bad business bud. You don't have to worry about it, bro. You don't have to talk to him. He has nothing to do with it. Yeah, nothing to do with it, man. Nothing to do with it. So you know the fight can get made. However, the only problem is that they're friends and Derrick James is the trainer. And Derrick James would have to pick sides. But guess what? Jermell Charlo got 2 trainers. Jermell Charlo has 2 trainers. What's the guy, the name? What's the former world champion that is Jermell Charlo's trainer as well? I always forget his name, but I know his name. I know him as a fighter, but his name just keeps skipping my mind when it's time to say it. Every time, oh my God, I got to make an observation too, bro. I got my wisdom teeth pulled, and my teeth are shifting on me. Yeah, Juan Guzman. Juan Guzman can be in that corner. Derrick James can be in that corner. Man, let's make it hot. Hold on 1 second, my mom. Oh, that was she called on accident. Man, let's make it hot, bro. Let's make it hot. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it hot. Hey, Kid the Great said, super chat missed. Peace and blessings. No, brother, I got you, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Oh, you said that a while ago. I went back and got you. Yeah, man. Let Juan Guzman train Jermell and let Derrick James train Errol. Y'all get together, chop it up, make that money. Make that money. Man, I like Jermell, man. I like Jermell, bro. Hey, dude, no joke, bro. Jermell Charles in one of my top 3 fighters. I don't ever want to be nowhere around Jermell, because I was around Jermell Charlo very, very briefly. And let me assure you, bro, first of all, that dude, let me tell you, man, y'all think Terence Crawford wants that smoke with Jermell Charlo, y'all nuts. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, Terence Crawford does not want no smoke with Jermell Iron Man Charlo. Let me repeat. I don't care what y'all say. That boy does not want nothing to do with Jermell Iron Man Charlo. Because the most high likelihood thing happening in that fight is Terence Crawford getting slept. You don't want that boy. That boy is stud. So what Terence need to do, stay quiet, humble yourself, take a little less money, fight Errol Spence Jr. because he's a stud. Because we are knockout artists around here, baby. We are knockout artists around here, baby. You better take your little behind, stay down there at 135, 140, keep talking to them. This ain't Yurioka. Hey, this ain't Yurioka's Gamboa, baby. This ain't Yurioka's Gamboa. And if you think you did something to Sean Porter, brother, bring Sean Porter up around these parts. Bring Sean Porter around here, bro. Let me get my hands on David Avenesian. Okay? Please, they won't even sanction a fight. You better stay down over there. Man, you don't want that, bro. Because he said that he was going to get it. He said he was going to get it. He ain't asking for it. Hey, no joke, no joke. Jermell Charlo is the best interview in boxing, no doubt about it. He is the best interview in boxing because, dude, that dude right there, that dude, first of all, he's mean. Hey, John Boy said, imagine Errol Spence Jr. and Charlo could be a 3-fight deal and they make massive funds. You know they would. Hey, dude. Hey, seriously, John Boy, that dude is mean. And he ain't mean to random people on the street. That dude is mean. He is 100%. Dude, can you imagine the press conference between Jermell Charlo and Terence Crawford? Could you imagine that press conference? Jermell Charlo. Hey, dog, I know y'all ain't going to like it. Hey, dog, you know I probably shouldn't say it. No joke, bro. I think Jermell a punk bud. I think Jermell a punk bud, bro. I think he'll punk him. I have a suspicion that man go punk bud. Because, dog, somebody's going to throw. Because Jermell gonna say something to him, dog. Dog, Jermell gonna say something to him, man. Jermell gonna say something to him. Jermell gonna, hey, you know Jermell gonna say something to him, dog. Because Jermell Charlo is mean as a snake. Dog, that boy is mean as, dude, that dude got a Napoleon. He's a big dude with a Napoleonic complex, bro. I'm telling you. Jermell Charlo is a big dude with a Napoleonic complex. He got every bit the Napoleonic complex. And you know I like Gary Russell Jr., right? You know Gary Russell Jr., dude. I rocks with Gary Russell Jr. But Gary Russell Jr. got that Napoleonic complex, bro. He gonna tell you right now, it's like, man, I know I'll slap the ish out you. hey, Gary Russell Jr. always defaults to, I will smack the ish out you. Dog, Jermell Charlo got that little man complex, bro, because I think because his brother is big, bro. Hey, dude, Jermell Charlo is about as tall as me. He had a hat on, so he's a little bit shorter. I think he maybe come up to maybe like right here on me, but I'm telling you, he's a big dude. I've seen Jermell Charlo in person. I've seen Terence Crawford in person. They are not the same size, okay? They are distinctly different sizes. I mean, like this. Look, like this. This. Here and here. If Terence Crawford faces off with Jermell Charlo, I'm telling you, it's going to look like this. Terence Crawford's head going to be about right here. Jermell Charlo's head is going to be about right here. Jermell Charlo is literally going to take his head and look down. Jermell Charlo has to tip his head down to look at him. And Jermell Charlo is big. He's broad. Man, that is not, I'm telling you, those dudes are not the same weight class. They are not remotely the same. They are not remotely the same size individuals, bro. So, nah. I don't know if they've ever met each other, but dude, nah, bud, you may want to stay away from him, bro. Like, you really may want to stay. That dude, all think maybe not, bro. That's nah, bro. Like, nah, dog. Like, nah, that's a big boy. Charlo would make Bud cry. Nah, boy, he's gonna stop him, bro. Dude, he's gonna stop him. Dang, how tall is Maul? Dude, I think Jermall Charlo is probably 6'1". I have a suspicion that Jermall Charlo is the same size as me. I got extra, I got unnecessary body weight on me. But I have a suspicion that Jermall Charlo is probably somewhere around 6'1", maybe 6'1", something like that, 6 feet, 6'1". Jermell Charlo is probably 5'11". I would put him safely at about 5'11". A real 5'11". Not like 5'9", saying you're 5'11". I mean, legitimately, you're 5'11". I would put him right about 5'11", 6 feet tall, something like that. Little, like right here. Like on me, like maybe like right, come up to maybe my temple, something like that. Maybe he comes up to my temple, something like that. Because I think when I saw Derrick James, I think Derrick James is a little taller than me. Just a little bit taller. But man, you got to keep that. You're going to have to keep that sideways, bro. You're going to have to keep that away. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to keep that away, bro. That ain't going to be good for you, bro. We forgot about Bud's wrestling background. Bud will ground and pound Charlo. No, he's not going to. Bro, no. Give me Jermell. Okay? Give me Jermell. Okay? Give me Jermell on that. First of all, they're not in a wrestling match. They're in a boxing match. So if they wrestled, okay. But they're not wrestling. They're boxing. So with gloves on in a ring. And that dude right there is very, very mean. And on top of it, he's a very good boxer. And he's going to press you. And his arms are longer. And you're not going to outreach him. He's going to be able to reach you. I just don't think he's got the size. And on top of it, Jermell Charlo's just in. Jermell can box. Jermell can box. Hey, come on. I said, put it like this. Z-Side Bud won't be showing up to the fight week boxing workouts for any Derrick James trained fighter. He likes to do that to his hand-picked opponents. Errol and Mel is not the one. Yeah, dude, he's not going to punk. That dude, he already tried to punk Errol. He already tried to punk Errol. And he did not punk him. Has anybody ever seen somebody try to punk you? Like anybody ever really tried to punk you and like get in your face and loud talk and you just kind of sit there calmly, look at other people like, what's wrong with this dude? Like they try to punk you. They try to get you like that. Like you kind of giggle like, man, what's wrong with your guy? Like, what's wrong with this dude? You okay, man? Yeah, whatever, man. It's one dude tried to do that to me like 3 times. I'm like, man, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, man, you're not gonna con me into trying to fight you, bro. I'm not interested. You have a bad attitude all yourself by yourself, okay? And that's what he tried to do to Errol. He literally jumped in Errol's face, like what's gonna go on, touching him all in like this. Errol was sitting there like this with his hands in there, like, man. Look at him, like, man. RuPaul tried me like that once. Hey, man, cats be trying you, bro. Like trying you. Like, look, man, dude, grow up. Like, man, when you grow up, what was that about, man? But he tried to punk Errol, and that's when the fight fell. Since we want to do guessing games, man, he didn't have to run. Bud left. Run from a guy that left. Please. You know what I mean? Bud became real chummy when his pumping attempt failed. You saw that too? Dude, Bud became real chummy. All of a sudden, he got real chummy. Like, man, what you gonna do, man? Like, what you gonna do? You think he's gonna beat you? You gonna beat me up right here? Man, I thought that was hilarious, man. So anyway, Bud gonna try to check Jermell, which is gonna be the worst thing ever. I'm gonna tell you right now. Trying to punk Jermell Charlo is going to be the worst mistake you've made. Because Jermell gonna cold call. Jermell ain't got it, you know what I mean? Like Jermell, let me put it this way. Do you know how Jermell Charlo got that kind of laid-back personality? Like the laid-back personality? I bet you that has a result of growing up around Jermell. Because Jamal probably realized really early in age, like the crib. If I touch this little crazy dude, he gonna go nuts on me. So I think Jermell got that laid back because he like, God dog, I can't keep beating this little dude up. This little dude gonna go bananas on me, bro. I disagree. No. I don't think so. Mel is reactionary. No, Jermell is reactionary. Jermell is reactionary, but it just don't take much. He's reactionary, like as if you raise your lip. If you look at him with any aggression whatsoever, it's on and popping. Like, but you're going to have to do something. You got to do something. Like, look at him like this. Like, you got to do something like look him in his eyes or something. Hey, dog, you know how they say lions only? Like, bro, the worst thing you can do is look at it in his eyes. Like, you don't need to be, hey, dog, with him, you got to take a stance and make yourself look like it ain't worth his while. But you go smiling at him, sticking your face, sticking your head, and looking at him in the eye and grimacing. Nah, bro, that dude about to go, man. Hey, no, seriously, man, Mel, I like that dude. I like Jermell Charlo, bro. Hey, Crawford is the king of pump faking Bud versus Boots. Spence is always say Crawford is the king of pump faking. Bud versus Boots. Spence is busy getting money. Exactly. Man, go over and fight that dude, man. Ain't trying to hear all of that, man. Hey, facts for 9. Jermell is definitely a little touched upstairs. Oh, yeah, he's not. Hey, no, it's for real. And my man Kamal Oz said, remember AB and Tank were beefing with Charlo online when they fought on the same card, and Mel was like, keep running your mouth. Beef over. Hey, dog, no joke. No joke. No joke. Hey, Fanon, I know you seen my two boys. The first was I know you seen my two boys. My firstborn is laid back and chilled. And my oldest is about that action. Only 4 and loves about. That's what's up, T. Wells. Yes, sir. That's like my son and my daughter. My daughter's about that action. She ain't gonna start it, but trust me, she's about that action. Hey, my son kind of about that action too. But my son talked to me. He's like, look, man, I need to learn how to throw my hands a little bit better. Because, these cats out here be wanting I had to teach my son to slap box. I was like, all right, this is how you slap box. And after that, he got a little more. Once he learned how to slap box, he got a little bit better. But I always tell him, bro, if you can't really, really, really throw hands, you should be a little bit more quiet, bro. Because it's always easier to fight somebody when they're coming at you. Like, you got to, when somebody's coming at you, there's all kind of stuff you can do, bro. Like when they're coming at you. Which is, I'm telling you, bro, I'm telling you. Bud likes people that are coming at him so that he can go, because he's trying to get you amped up and trying to get you to come to him. Jermell ain't got to come to you. Jerron Ennis ain't got to come to you because they're tall and long enough to hit you from where they are. You know what I'm saying? They're tall and long enough, especially Jermell. Especially Jerron. He'll hit you from where you are. He'll hit you from right where you are. It's that, because I'm telling you, relies on that reach. And if he wants to, there's some interesting stuff going on there, bro. Salute Powerhouse. Power said I miss him, but I'm going to get on. Hold on one second, man. Kamal Oz. Oh, I got that, my man, Kamal Oz. Hey, Kamal, you got to come on to the show more often, bro. Got you, Powerhouse Watson. I got Kamal Oz. Okay, I got them super chats. But look, man, I'm going to run up out of here a little early today, man, because I want to get something done, bro. I need to take a little bit of break this weekend, man. So I'm going to say thank y'all so much for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Your daughter hitting tennis balls at her opponents. Now, yeah, she'll take your head off. But no, she's just like generally, because she's strong. Like, she's legit like a powerhouse type strong. Like, them big, them big girls, like, just strong. My daughter's just really, really strong. Like, unusually, how did you get that way type of strong? Strong legs, strong calves, strong back, strong arms. Like, 100%, bro, she will definitely be like she's somebody she's a big girl. You know what I mean? And she's a big girl without being a big girl. Like, no joke. If my daughter, put it this way. If my daughter legitimately cut for boxing, dude, she's still fighting 180 pounds. If she cut, she's 165 cut. Like 165 cut. So she's very, 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 very strong and very, very big. So like very, very muscular. So if you try to wrestle with her at all, bro, that's a no-go. For chicks, that's a no-go. You know what I mean? And she can throw hands, because I've been taught her how to throw hands. She knows exactly how to hit you in your mouth with a very, very straight punch. Trust you me, that ain't pleasure. And her back is like that because all of that tennis she plays. So she's like this. She's used to doing this with both hands. So when she throws these, dude, trust me, both them mugs is landing with some nice heaviness. But anyway, thanks, thank DJ Moses. But I'm going to get out of here, man. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. And with that, I'm going to get out. Fanon. Oh, I got my man T. Wells. Brother T. Wells, thank you for that support in the Cash App, brother. Thank you so much for your support. Abdullah Shahid Rauf Wahad said, hey, shout out to you, brother. Good show as usual. All the best rest of your day. Thank you, brother. And thank you, Heather E. Talk to y'all later. Y'all enjoy the show. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.